So one of my female friends asked me, why do a lot of good men stay single for so long? I say good because she made the distinction that she's not talking about guys that still want to be about and, do their thing and date a lot of different people. She's talking about guys that say they want to be in a relationship, but they're just single. We had a long conversation, but I'll summarize what I told her. The shortest answer I can give is peace. When a guy has a purpose, when a guy knows what he's doing, when a guy is busy, when a guy is occupied, when he has plans, when he doesn't necessarily care about being about and being with bare people and so on and so forth, there's a level of contentment that he has. He has his own schedule, he has his own pattern, he has his own routine, and that brings a lot of peace, stability, and contentment to him. A lot of men do not care for being with just any woman because they do not want to lose that peace. That makes him very selective. That makes him very anti-BS. That makes him very anti-headache. You see man them screaming what they want from a woman is peace. They don't mean that the woman has to have no personality and is just quiet every time she's around him and she can't be herself. No. He means he wants somebody that won't come and mess up his life pattern, won't come and bring him unnecessary headache. Everybody understands relationships aren't perfect, so there are going to be sources of headache. You guys are going to disagree with each other. You guys may fall out. But I'm not going to enter a situation intentionally knowing that this is going to be more headache than I can bear. You've just started talking to somebody and you've done something and you think it's not that deep and it's kind of turned them off a little bit. They're not comparing you to other women. They're comparing you to the peace that they're experiencing now. Whatever you did, he times that by 10 and thought to himself, this is what my life could look like if I end up with this person. So maybe I just need to stay away. And that doesn't mean he's looking for perfection, but let's be honest, there are a lot of mad people out here, both men and women. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, but in a snapshot, if you ever wondered why man them stay single, the man them just want peace, man.
A third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. So my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
I'm seeing more and more of these videos, and honestly, it makes me sad because guys have told women why. We've made it very clear why we're walking away. And we're walking away in droves, and it's only going to get worse because you're not hearing why we're walking away. It's very simple. Don't read between the lines. Hear these words. There is absolutely no benefit anymore to being in a relationship with a woman for a man. None. Zero. Zilch. Especially when you consider the risk compared to any potential reward. Roughly 55% of marriages end in divorce and the guy loses everything. Add into it all the relationships where they weren't married and the guy lost access to his kids and had to pay mountains of child support and so on. When you really look at it, there's less than a 1 in 4 chance of having a successful relationship. Would you risk everything you have? Would you risk your children and having access to them, knowing you only had a 25% chance of success? I doubt it. Add to it the expectations that today's women have are beyond absurd. We all joke about the sixes, but the reality is that is most women's expectation. You expect men to give, and offer nothing in return. I'm not saying any of this to be mean, but I am being blunt in hopes you'll hear it. Because we've said it over and over and over again. And yet, you're still asking us, why are you walking away? That, in a nutshell, is the crux of the problem. You ask us, but you don't want to hear the response. And if you hear it, you don't want to accept it. My honest advice to you ladies is this. Get a mirror, look in it, and ask yourself, what are we offering to men? Why should men want to be with us? And if your answer is things like you have a great career or job, or that you're going to cook and clean, none of that matters to us. Not in the least. What matters to us? Peace, loyalty, and acknowledgement. Something very, very few women give to their man.
You see, the problem isn't really that men hate women or men don't like women anymore or men feel that they're better than women. The main issue now is that a lot of men have realized that the whole dating and getting married thing is more of a disadvantage to them than it is to the woman. Because not only do you have to fulfill your role as a man, which is provision, protection, and obviously you're going to provide financially. But when the relationship then goes south and obviously you're going to have to get a divorce, everything is stacked against you completely. You might have to give up custody of your children if you have any, and your wife takes half of everything you own. And then you're left with nothing because the court system is going to take basically everything away from you. And now men are just saying that if that's going to be the consequences for a relationship going south, then honestly, I'm just gonna keep to myself, have my peace, and I don't want to have anything to do with it.
I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet, tired of disrespect, tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
I'm at the point in my life where I don't care about women. And I'm not saying this like, oh, screw them. No, that's not the context of what I'm saying. God bless women, they're very important. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of men depend on a woman's validation and acceptance to feel good about themselves as men. And that used to be me. But then I realized how dumb that is. Like, you got to get that from yourself by putting in work every single day and trying to get past your struggles. And now that I've accepted this and I've done this for a couple of years now, it completely has detached the need to have woman in my life. Like trying to go out on dates and meet new, like it doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm detached from it. I'm very focused on my life, and I'm not against, like, if I meet someone in public and we hit it off, that's cool. But if not, I'm not tripping about it. I'm cool. And people might think I'm weird. People are like, oh, I bet you talk to girls and this and that. I'm like, no, bro, my phone's dry and I like it like that. Like, I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on being the best I can be, getting closer to God. If I meet someone, I meet someone. But like I said, I think that's the key, is just being detached and just live your life. And eventually, I think you attract the right people for you. And if not, then that's out of my control. So, yeah, that's how I feel in regards to women, at least me interacting with them. I don't necessarily need it anymore. And I think women should feel the same way about men. But that's just me.
Women should know that men aren't chasing y'all anymore. I think we've come to the conclusion that, chasing somebody is having no self-respect for yourself. And men are starting to realize this. Like, if someone's playing around, someone's not texting back, don't have that same energy for them, they're just gonna go to somebody else. It's simple. It's really simple. Like, if one person is not showing affection, not wanting to care to know them, calling, texting back, just really there, like, we're just gonna remove ourselves to somebody that will. And to be honest, there's always someone that will. You know what I mean? Like, if you not doing it, another girl is gonna do it. You know what I mean? That doesn't go both ways, though. It doesn't go both ways. You would think like, oh, if he not doing it, another man will. No. Another man not taking you on vacation if he don't like you like that. Another man not paying for that date. He just trying to pull up. You know, it goes one way for us.
So I was at the bar the other day, right? And I saw this beautiful ass girl. I went up to her, I'm like, yo, what's your name, this, that, and whatever, right? We got into a good conversation. I asked her, I'm like, did nobody else come up to you before I came in? Because I got in there after she did, and she was just chilling by herself, right? So she goes, no, nobody's come up to me. Like, I made eye contact, I was doing whatever, but no dude came up to her. It made me think, bro, like, why have dudes stopped approaching? Back in the day, I'm talking like 10 years ago, 2016, 2017, bro, like 2018 even. Like, there were sharks out. If you were a single girl and you were out by yourself or chilling, do whatever with your friends, bro, there would be dudes coming up to y'all all the time. Nowadays, it feels like there's just mad beautiful girls who are just going out and no dudes talk to them. Like, bro, a dude like me, I'm gonna talk to him, right? But maybe it's because I'm used to it. Maybe it's because I know how, or I'm not afraid. Or is it because dudes are genuinely scared about what the woman is gonna say? Like, why have dudes stopped approaching? It makes on one hand, you have women saying men don't approach us anymore, right? They don't come up to us, they don't speak to us. We can't find a man because no dude says shit anymore, right? And then on the other hand, you have men saying, oh, women have been saying that they don't want men to come up to us and they want to be by themselves, chilling dolo, right? I think everyone is just overthinking this way too much, right? Sometimes women don't want to be approached, sometimes they do. Sometimes men feel like they do want to approach, sometimes they don't, right? But I've been noticing for sure, bro, that men have not been approaching that much at all.
You have men out here choosing to be single because when you ask yourself the question, is it really worth it to be in a relationship? Because when you truly ask yourself, most women out here, especially out the new, modern dating, half of y'all is liabilities, man. Y'all are not assets to be within somebody's life. And especially times being hard right now, nobody can afford to have a liability within their life. Especially when you're a man of purpose, a man of goal, and you're driven to do better. You can't have somebody bringing you down, especially for their own needs. And that's the reason why most men choose to be single, because they can't find another individual that is going to benefit them in their life. Together, only the ones that want to take from you, and that's why we choose to stay single.
I swear to you, you get the best version of a girl when you treat them like shit. Like, I swear to God, y'all, it might not make no sense. But I promise you, all that little lovey-dovey shit, and they gonna take that shit for granted.
This right here is the biggest reason why a lot of men are giving up on dating, quitting dating, and going their own way. And you know what? I can't even blame a lot of guys, because a lot of guys don't have it in them to treat women badly. What she means by treating women badly is being that dickhead that women love, right? You guys always know about this whole bad boy that women love. Who's this bad boy women love? See, growing up, I've always seen what this woman was saying in the first clip to be true. It's the guys that were the drug dealers, the guys that were the gangbangers, the guys that were always like emotionally unavailable. Those are the guys that the women loved, right? And I still see it to this day. For the most part, are there exceptions? Sure, but exceptions don't disprove a rule. You understand? The guy who the woman is always constantly thinking about or wanting to go after or obsessed with is the guy that's not giving her that treatment she says she wants. She says she wants a guy who responds quickly. She says she wants a guy who takes her out on dates. She says she wants a guy who gives her flowers. She says she wants a guy who treats her right. But why is it she responds to the guy who does the opposite? That makes me so mad. That makes me so mad. And you know what? A lot of guys have figured this out, that when you're that quote-unquote nice guy, right, all you're gonna do is get used. All you're gonna do is not get the right treatment from a lot of women. Not all, by the way, because there are women out here who do have sense. There are women out here who want to be treated right. There are women out here who want what they say they want because they know what they want, right? But a lot of them don't. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of guys are quitting on dating, and I can't blame them. You feel me? What do you think about this?